Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I record audio, I talked Monica into getting off at like 3:30 so the internet can have some time to rest before the community meeting. She laid around while I got caught up with my journals. I was getting sleepy. I ended up resting until like 4:50. We both got up and we went back on. I unloaded the phone and the cartridge with the pages. We ended up just listening to the meeting. There wasn't very much information. They want to try to bring back the walking group. Good luck trying to find anyone to go with you. Sometimes being around Jess it feels very uncomfortable. She's coming off as a weird fake friend, and we don't like that. So yeah. I mean, she's starting to use our nicknames for each other, for us, and that's creepy. It's a nickname we came up for each other. You can't just hijack it like that. Like, we don't really know her very well, but like we've been through a lot of weird things with her, and it makes me feel kind of uncomfortable. Okay, so yeah. After the meeting, we switched over to watching a few YouTube videos, and then Monica got tired and went back to bed at 5:50. I stayed on a bit longer because I was busy converting the music I wanted to put on my phone. I only managed to do 3 files, and then I was like, you know what, I'm way too tired, and so I got off at like 6:20. I slept the full night. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I got out of bed at 4 to work on the pages and the audio. I resumed converting the music that I was trying to put on my phone. I had to skip like 3 files and then I just left it running until I just forgot about it. So I finished the art for page 4 at 4:46. Way too late. I ended up realizing that I actually left the color of the line art the wrong color. It's supposed to be like a brown, and I accidentally left it blue, and the entire atmosphere of the room is pink, so it looks really, really bad. And I'm like, I have to keep going. I can't fix it. So yeah, by 5:43, all my music was done converting. I added to my phone. The third audio file was done at like 5:50, and at 6 a.m. I stopped to make tea. Monica was up at 6:50. I ended up playing some of the Hawaiian ukulele music for her as she made breakfast. I have to admit, I really hate ukulele music. It just sounds so like chaotic, and it's hard to relax to. So I completed the 5th audio file at 7:06 right when Monica was finishing cooking, so I took a break to eat. We watched a smidge of YouTube. One of the videos we ended up watching was this Korean factory making notebooks, and then a completely different factory making regular fiction books, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. So yeah, since her appointment was at 9, I ended up deciding to get off to let the computer rest. I turned it off at like 7:30. We hit Northgate and we got water. We got home at like 8:20. And then we rested up until like 8:50 and we went back on so Monica can do her appointment with Martine. So I finished the art for page 3 at 9:24. And then the last audio file at 9:36. I ended up getting off to compress my my video. It was going at like 9. I got it started at like 9:50. After that, I reorganized my calendars. Monica got off at 10. Her appointment with Martine went well. She complained to him about the fact that both of the women who are on our left and right side of our apartment keep coming to us for help when they have caretakers, and he said he would report that to our management. I don't know. Monica ended up giving him their the numbers of their apartment so he can report it. But yeah, it's been bothering Monica that they keep going to her for help. Alright, so after Monica got off at 10, we made chicken. We ate together in the bedroom, and Monica accidentally spilled her tea all over her sitting spot floor. So we had to take the entire area apart and put the blanket that she has on the floor up to dry in the restroom, and move all her entire pen collection to the other side of the room. And once we got the entire thing taken care of, I don't even know if the floor is dry yet. I don't think so. But yeah, it was wet. she ended up sitting on the other side of the room and reading me a chapter of Honeybees and Frenemies. And the girls have not told the lady who is organizing the festival that they're going to change their talent to bee bearding still. They had a chance to tell her, but they backed out on it. I kind of think that they should go through with making it a video instead of actually trying to like actually do it live there, because they haven't figured out how the old man is supposed to bring his bees there. It's awkward and it's weird and I hate it, but we'll have to see how they manage to slip through this. Considering that it's fiction, it's probably gonna all work out. So yeah. Alrighty, after that, she got back in bed at 11. I ended up minding my video until it finished compressing. During that time, I ended up doing a little bit of decorating in my summer journal because I still have all these pages that are not decorated. The video was done at 11:48. I went back on at 12 to load it, and I finished the artwork for page 3. Monica got out of bed to make lettuce as I was working. While I was putting text on page 3, I ended up realizing that blue toning for page 3 did not match the blue toning for pages 1 and 2. And it has to because it's the same scene and it's taking place outside. So I had to like do a post edit and just like fix the color with the text already like solidified onto the page. I was like, oh fuck, I really fucked myself over. So the pages barely match each other. Barely. It makes me so angry. So yeah. Okay, so she went on the computer, we ate lettuce, and after I was done with pages 3 and 4, I ended up assembling pages 10, 11, and 12 and printing them out in blue, so I have up to page 12 to line art. And then I assembled pages 5 and 6 for her to do, so those are on the cartridge, but I haven't told her yet. She'll do them tomorrow, and I'll hopefully have more brain power to finish the first and second extra for chapter 146. So I really want to get that out of the way. So after that, we ended up getting off the computer sometime around like 2 p.m. She got back in bed and I just looked at doll shit. Okay, so I just found out that Mattel got back the Disney Princess license from Disney, and I'm just like, I'm so torn about this because I was really hating the Hasbro dolls for like the last like how many years, since 2016, since I got them. Oh my god, I've been hating the Hasbro's Disney Princess dolls. They are terrible. I mean, they have moments where they kind of work, but they mostly don't. And I'm wondering if this happened because everybody was so mad about the limited edition Hasbro Belle doll from last year. Everybody was so mad about it. So I wondered if Disney realized they had to lose Hasbro because they're not doing anything creative with the line. Which is funny because they're doing a lot of Disney Princess stuff this year, so I figured this is their last year doing it. The article I read said that in 2023 the Mattel stuff is going to come out for them. I'm wondering if Mattel is going to do the same thing that they did again, as in just resurrect their old face molds, or if they're actually going to try to do something to make them look more like the characters. I'm kind of peeved by this because like Mattel has this walleye problem, and like they can't help it, but most of their dolls tend to look like that. A little bit wall-eyed. I'm kind of expecting them to treat them a little bit more like Barbie instead of like whatever the heck that they're doing with it. And like, I don't know, I would love to see some of the Disney princesses on made to move bodies. That would be great. Other than that, I'm just like, I really wish that Jack Specific got the Disney Princess license, like the whole entire thing, because like they do it so much better. They have a better 3D model talent to do the heads. I'm like, I don't know what Mattel's gonna do. All I know is I figure that if Mattel got back the Disney Princess license, that must also mean that we are not getting an Ever After High reboot. Everybody was expecting them to announce that either this year or next year, but like, and everyone was thinking that, okay, well, this shouldn't be an issue because Disney is basically in the process of retiring Disney Descendants, and it was in conflict with it, so that's why they had a split. But like, I don't know, I'm I'm kind of torn because, like, I really wanted to see them bring Ever After High back, but if Mattel has a Disney Princess license, I can't see them doing that. They probably had a promise that they wouldn't do it, which is so disappointing. So, like, I'm hoping other people end up talking about this because, like, I'm so mad because I really liked Ever After High. We'll have to see though. Other than that, hopefully, maybe they can give the Disney Princess line the same like Ever After High kind of treatment, so that way the dolls are a lot more elaborate. I don't know. It makes me wonder if Disney has too much of an actual say of what the actual Disney Princess dolls look like, and that's why they always seem the same, no matter what brand they're underneath. There's always a glitter line. There's always like a light up line or something with like some type of, you know, engineering to it, and it's just like it never seems like it's that interesting, and it's so strange. Like, why is it always like that, even though the actual companies change? So yeah, what else is there? Aside from that, I've been looking at text-to-speech programs because of future projects I want to do. And I have one on my computer, but I can't actually export the audio for it, and also it has like a limited amount of voice. I think it has like 4 voices, and I always use the same one. So I want something that actually sounds a little more like a human, so I was looking through all sorts of videos for that. I'm not done looking for the videos, although I like this one place called Murph AI as a very interesting place. I really like their premium options, but like I don't really know like how much money I'm actually willing to spend on it. All I know is that I have a while before I'm actually gonna need this stuff. It's nice to have it like as a test, but like I need to really get down to the projects that I want to do before I actually start trying to mess with something like this. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So after I record audio, we got ready for bed. We took down some of the wet stuff that had been drying all day, because Monica spilled tea in her sitting spot. The blanket that was on the floor was still wet, so we left that up. Afterward, we got in bed. I couldn't sleep. The last time that I saw before I went to bed was 7, and I got in bed sometime around 4. So from between 4 o'clock to 7, I was still up thinking about this stupid Mattel thing. Oh god. So I woke up between 1 and 2. I didn't get out of bed until 3. I went to work on the extras for chapter 147. I thought it was 146 I was working on. I was wrong. I managed to complete the second one at like 3:45 and the first one at 4:40. I had to rewrite it a couple of times, and like what upsets me is I didn't bother mentioning Simon in it at all, but at the same time I just don't feel like going back and changing it. But like I don't know, maybe I might feel differently if I go back and reread through the whole thing in the meanwhile. So afterward, I ended up finishing that one 4-panel comic that I was just sitting around. It was the absolute last 4-panel comic of the entire series, and I've been putting off finishing it. I completed the art for it at 5:42, and then I applied the text. It was done at exactly like 5:59. So yeah, Monica ended up getting out of bed at 6:13. I made tea. We talked about hitting Walmart to get food. I ended up showing her Murph AI a little bit. I was listening to a few reviews for it, and like so far it's still better than other text-to-speech programs, so I'm excited about it. So yeah, she made food, so we ate breakfast and we watched a little bit of YouTube. I got off at 7 and we hit Walmart. I brought all the change with me because like we agreed we weren't sure if we're gonna have enough money, so we're hoping on throwing all the change we had at the automated. So I threw in the last of the laundry money, every single coin I found in the last week. I even found 19 cents just getting there. It was crazy. So yeah, we got home at like 8 and we unpacked, and then I went back on to update the budget and work on the extras, and Monica worked on the pages. So I went to the chapter 148 extras. There's 2 of them. I finished the first one. It's about Fauna and Loris. I finished it at like 9:28, so I only have 2 extras left, which is great. I'm hoping I can get the last 2 done this week, but I really don't know. It really just depends on how well things work out tomorrow. So yeah. So I got off. I went to line arting pages 7 and 8, but I had to stop because I didn't have Loris and Fauna's references, and they were standing in the way of everybody else. So like, I just left the line art in front of the computer, so the next time I went on, I could fix it. Monica ended up getting off at like 9:50 something, and she ended up reorganizing her sitting space again. So she took the blanket down because it was finally finished drying, and then she assembled everything, and then she went to writing after that. So I talked to her sometime around like 10:30. I mean, like, I was tired of working, and like we talked about possibly making chicken, so we did that. While the chicken was in the process of cooking, I ended up playing with the dolls and that one wig. So Monica tried the wig on Lemon and Roy, and it fits Lemon better than Roy, but she didn't try the wig on Green and Honey, basically my dolls. So I put the wig on Honey. She looked like 2B in it. I wasn't sure if I liked that. And then I put the wig on Green, and I feel like it just doesn't suit him. I mean, the way that his face is shaped, white hair doesn't really bring out the best features in his face. So, like, I really think we need to get, like, a silicone wig cap for the wig to actually fit better on Roy. So that way he can look a little bit less, like mushroom-headed with the wig. I don't know. It's either that or I have to get him a smaller wig. Ugh. So, yeah, after that, we ate the chicken, and then Monica made salad. And then after that, after we were done eating, we relaxed from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. I kept thinking about the dolls. So I went back on and I colored pages 5 and 6, and Monica came to join me, so she watched a whole bunch of stuff on the internet. She's still on. In fact, she's watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? I figured it's old episodes of it. I have been keeping track of the current version of it. Okay, so I finished the art for the pages at 2:46, and then I got off at like 2:50. I did a little bit of drawing for Loris and Fauna, just so that way I can get like at least one of the panels finished. But like I still have to do Flora in the background of the first page, and like I haven't done her yet. So yeah, I'm just like, I messed up drawing Fauna in the middle panel. So like once I get back on, I scan it, I absolutely have to edit it because it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like the reference. And I'm like, I forgot to bring my blue pencil with me so I can get a better like idea. What I really need to do is just print out the references so I don't have this problem. But like I said, I'm only going to be working on this chapter for 2 weeks. We are almost done with the first week, and like I don't really want to have to have this like extra printout that I'm only going to see like for 3 weeks. It's just, but it would make things faster. I just don't want to waste my ink on it. That's the issue. So yeah. Okay, so this is where I am right now. I need to apply text to pages 5 and 6. I need to finish line arting pages 7 and 8. What else is there? I know, I guess that's virtually it. Oh yeah, I need to also finish the second extra for chapter 148, and then I need to work on the first extra for chapter 149, and like I will be completely caught up with the extras. I'm glad I don't have to worry about loading everything to LiveJournal, because like I feel like putting the comics on my LiveJournal was kind of a waste of time. I feel like there's no audience on my LiveJournal, not like how there's like I have followers in other places. Other than that, what else is there? I feel like I guess that's virtually it. I can't think of like anything else of like importance that I would need to like bring up, but like I'm just trying to get through the extras. I feel like resetting my schedule with Monica, even though that made the pages a little bit late, it made me happy because I'm almost done with the text. I'm glad I had a lot more time to think about it. I don't know if I'll be able to pull the same thing off tomorrow if I don't get anything done tonight. We'll have to see. I mean, like, it takes a while to put the text on the pages, and I think by the time I get the line art done, I'm probably going to be way too tired to do anything else. But at the same time, these next 2 pages have way too many characters. I think we're going to end up falling behind another day. So, like, we're going to have to see. Other than that, I feel like the more we keep having to push back specific pages, like, the more that last week of production keeps getting pushed back. Like, I was expecting to be done by the Sunday of week 3, and at this point, I think I'm going to be done by Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll have to see. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after a quiet audio, Monica got off the computer at 3. She was feeling a little bit weird, but it was okay because that's when she needed to take her medication. She did a little bit of talking to herself. We went to bed, but I just could not sleep. I gave up at like 7:30, and I just went back on to finish putting text on pages 5 and 6. I loaded them, and then I completed the line art for page 7 and scanned it at like 8:24. I assembled and I got off at 9. I tried to go back to sleep, but like boom, my period started. So I had to put on a pad. It really, really hurt. Oh my god. I don't even know how I managed to fall asleep after that. I must have picked a pretty good position that didn't really irritate my insides that much. I woke up sometime around like 4:30. Monica got out of bed alongside me at 5, but like she ended up going back to bed. I ended up suggesting us eating macaroni today because I needed some type of like milk product in order to make the pain less painful. Oh my god. So yeah, I went to finish the line for page 8. I got a little distracted with AliExpress because people have been finding unopened Mycene and Bradzilla dolls on AliExpress, and I wanted to see if I could find any. I found the Bradzilla ones, but I could not find the Mycene ones, so I figured those all got bought up. So at 6:03, both pages were assembled, so I passed them off to Monica. I updated my journal a bit, and then I went back to work on the second extra for chapter 148. She officially got out of bed at 6:24. She made breakfast, and I played stuff for her to listen to while she was cooking. We ate at 6:40. I made tea, and we split up at like 7:12. So she was coloring. I went back to work on making the text for that illustration, and like I completely lost momentum at like 7:30. So I took a break at like 7:40, and I just laid around brainstorming with my phone the storyline for the specials, and then afterward I talked about what I want to do with my future channels. I went back to line arting at 8:39. Monica got off at like 8:45, and she joined me in the bedroom. She went back to bed. I ended up losing energy in the middle of line arting at like 9:14. I was super tired. We got out of bed and had a small snack. Sometime around 10 we talked to each other, but she did not want to go and take a bath early, even though I was eager to do it. So she went back into bed. I went to walk around the living room listening to music. I did that up until like 10:40, and then I had to go to the restroom and bleed, and like I destroyed my panty. My stupid pad folded up on itself, and like I was basically like bleeding on the wrong side of it, and I'm like, I fucking hate fucking pads. They're so so at 10:50 I kicked her out of bed, and we got ready to take a shower. I asked her to cut my hair because it was becoming a length that I didn't like it just felt too long. So what she ended up doing was I made a ponytail and I held the amount of hair I wanted to keep, and then she cut the rest of it. It wasn't a lot of hair, but like now I feel like my hair is a lot more manageable, even though it's not that long. I was supposed to cut my hair sometime around like October, November, just to keep it the same length throughout the year, but like we ended up forgetting to do it. So we took a shower, and then we got out and I went back on at like 11:40. We made chicken and salad for lunch, and we watched the next episode of Rainbow High that completely explained how Bella is now going to get involved in the sister school in Pacific Coast. So Bella, Cheryl, and what's her name? Oh, what's the name of the ice girl? They won the contest, and they're gonna go to that school for a little bit. I feel kind of bad for them because the other two girls didn't get beach dolls, but they are also very new dolls. So like it doesn't make sense for them to get a second release so soon. So yeah. After we were done watching YouTube together, we split up at like 12:40. I finished the text for Murray and Pasha's extra, but I just didn't like it. It just felt like it wasn't addressing the issue. And so I look at the illustration, I'm like, I got a different idea for this. So like I made some key points, and then I decided to get off at 2 o'clock to record. Alrighty, so in other news, Twisted Wonderland just announced their next game edition. It's a sled race, and the title of the event is in Finnish. So according to some of the fans, it's literally called Sled Race in Finnish. So the special characters for the event are Jade, Edea, Sebek, and Apple. And the only character everybody cares about is Apple because he got the cutest outfit, and so like there's a flood of pictures of him in this outfit because it's so fucking cute, and like they're just mowing the shit out of him right now, and like it's I don't know. I don't typically follow the storylines for the extra content because like not everybody like engages with it and records their gameplay for it and then translates it. So there's so many of them that I don't even know like in what order do I even like watch all this extra content. And like, so typically I don't really care about the actual plot lines for those stories, but like it is fun to see the actual outfits though, because like they're actually pretty creative. Yeah, that's all I can basically say about it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? Not that I can think of. Okay, so it's been taking Monica a very long time to color in these 2 pages. There are a lot of characters. I don't really think she's gotten very far in the coloring. I'm willing to accept it if she's gonna continue coloring until tomorrow. I think I should talk her into it at 3 if she's still not done. But like I'm not done with the liner for pages 9 and 10. So I have to do that too. This week is almost over. We did not get as far into this chapter as I was expecting. I was expecting to have gotten a lot farther, and we didn't. Because we constantly have to keep stopping in order to like adjust so that I have extra time to work on other things. And like I just need to get through these last 2 extras, and this won't be a problem anymore. And like, I don't think I'm gonna get them done tomorrow. I think I might get them done like next week. So yeah, I'm like, so frustrating. Other than that, like, what else is there to say? No, I guess that's virtually. I do really hope I get some extra time later. Maybe if I can wake up tonight or tomorrow morning, I can get a second shot at the extras, because like this one specific extra is taking too long because I feel so disconnected from the scene. I even reread the scene, and there's not much to go on by that, just the little bit I put into the scene. I have to really stop and think more about Marie than anything else, because I feel like that's the only way for me to really bring in the context of what needs to be like overviewed in that scene. Because like I said, what I originally wrote didn't even scrub the problem. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it already then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So after I record audio, I came back to the living room and I told Monica she was tired. She can always quit early. So she got off. We ended up reading a little bit of Honeybees and Frenemies. Basically what happened in this chapter is that her sister has completely did a 180 about leaving because she told her boyfriend a situation with the mother and the money and possibly moving back to New Jersey. So he decided to go after a different girl, and she caught him kissing her, and so she's upset. So she really wants to leave the area, and the main character is mad about that. So yeah, she just went on so long about kissing boys, and Monica and I were like, why is this in here? So yeah, Monica took her medications early and we got ready for bed. I only slept up until 7. I laid around awake until 10 to 11 p.m. I don't really know. I woke up again between 2 and 3, I guess, because all I know is I had been laying around for a while, and by the time I looked at the phone, it was 3, and I was like, oh fuck. So I ended up getting out of bed at, what time was it? 4:40. Actually, I got up at 4:30, but I had to wrestle with my panty because my pad did not work. So I had to replace it and then clean it up. So by the time I went on, it was 4:40. I went back to work on the extras. The utility bill also finally came in, so I ended up setting that, setting the bank to pay it with an e-bill. It told me the earliest it could arrive was the beginning of next month, which is when money comes in. So I was telling Monica, I'm like, there's no point in saving the last of what we have. We might just go out and get everything we want. So yeah, by 6 a.m. I was at a point with the text for the second extra for chapter 148 where I felt like it was good enough to actually apply it to the extra. By that point, Monica was already out of bed and ready to start the day. She made food and we ate and we watched episode 4 of Takagi and a whole bunch of other random ass things. The thing I don't like about this episode of Takagi is that they were trying to fake taking pictures of UFOs, and she ended up actually seeing a UFO, which makes me feel a little bit confused. I'm like, what was the point of throwing that in there? So yeah. So we split up at 6:46, and she ended up going to coloring when I went into the text for chapter 149's first extra. This is the last extra. After this, there's nothing else I need to do for text, and I can go straight back into coloring. And oh my god, I got stuck immediately. I couldn't think of anything. I'm like, I have to reread the chapter, even though I genuinely felt that the real thing I'm continuing after is the 4-panel comic, because the 4-panel comic continues the conversation by a few beats, and I couldn't think of anything, so I stopped to make mint tea. Monica ended up finishing and passing me back the pages at 7:17, so I got straight to work on them. I got off at 7:30 and we hit the target. So this is what we ended up blowing all of our money on. She wanted a new pillow. We got 2 pillows just in case she didn't like the first one that she got. There are 2 different types of pillow in case she doesn't like it. So I put the second backup pillow into the closet in case that we need a replacement, because I told her that I was still very fine with my pillow. We got these pillows fairly recently. The only reason why she wanted to change her pillow is because it got flat too quickly and it wasn't supporting her and she was getting annoyed with it. The other thing we ended up buying was that massive set of Papermate gel pens, or I think they're gel pens. Yeah. She already has the first set with basic colors, but this set comes with extra colors, and I'm looking forward to taking her old ones. She actually was perfectly fine with me taking them because she wants to use the new ones. Other than that, what else did we get besides that? Oh, we also got more Valentine's chocolate. So we got Lindt again. The first Lindt that we got was a combination of 2 different types of dark chocolates and then 2 different types of milk chocolates and caramel. We ended up giving the caramel chocolate to Jess. This time, it's it's white chocolate, dark chocolate, and milk chocolate. And she got excited because she really likes the white. I'm like, I'm okay with that. I'm not like obsessed with the white, but I'm good with the white. So the second as the second bag of chocolate is a variety of different types, and like I just can't remember what they were anymore. Other than that, there's still no change in the doll aisle. We found that they actually have one Illy doll, and I'm like, oh my god, we wanted them to carry these back in August when they first came out, and now they have them. Now that we already bought them, I'm like, oh, so frustrating. So we found the Cinderella one. That was the one I really wanted when I first saw them. I'm like, oh my god. So that's basically all that was different, honestly. What was the last thing we got? Oh, we also got her some more mustard. So we got back at like 8:37, and we tried to read the next chapter of Honeybees and Frenemies, but like Monica got tired and she went back to sleep. We still haven't finished that chapter. I decided to listen to videos in liner. I completed the liner for the last 4 blue pages that I had. So that's pages 9 through 12, and I have to print out 13 and forward now. So I'm a little mad because it's the end of the week and I was expecting to be much further than just on pages 7 and 8, which is really bad. So I don't like this, but I have to deal with it. It's not what I like, but I know that like I think I'm gonna have to change my my schedule for the specials because like these pages are taking way too long to complete. Monica ended up getting out of bed and I coaxed her to make chicken, and then I set my phone to charge because it was like running out of battery. It was 10, so I ended up going back on to scan the pages and then color the pages. We ended up watching YouTube. We ate, and I colored pages 7 and 8, and then we got off at 11:50 to hit Vaughn's. So she ended up getting like more lettuce and celery, and she malfunctioned on the way home. She is still talking to herself. In fact, she's crying. So yeah, I don't know what on earth kind of conversation she's having with her voices. All I know is that she was trying to write. She's been trying to do all sorts of things, and she just keeps fighting with these voices. So I'm like, I really need to make a list of things that I can do in case she goes back to the war, because like this gets pretty boring when she's not around. And like even if something like that were to happen now during the finale, it's gonna take me even longer to finish everything. So yeah, we'll have to see. Other than that, I suggested to her to take her medication early, but she didn't. So yeah, it's 2, and she takes it typically at 3. So I ended up getting off. I'm recording now, so this is what I need to do. I need to finish the artwork for pages 7 and 8. But I also think that there's a benefit for assembling pages 9 through 12 because we're going on break on Tuesday. So it kind of takes care of a few things, but it also gets in the way of me being able to finish that last extra. And like, I don't know. I feel like if I finish all those pages, I wonder if I should just tell her to fill all 4 of them in. And like, that's a lot of work. And like I said before, we're taking Tuesday off, but that's when money comes in and we have to do our chores. So like, I don't know what's the best thing to do right now. All I know is that I have these line arts ready. I might as well assemble them. I don't really know when would be the best time to do that, but like I need more time to think of what to write for this next extra. And if I don't end up completing this extra between Sunday and Monday, which I don't think I will, I can do it on Tuesday because we're on pause on Tuesday. I don't know. I can't figure out how I'm going to assemble this. All I know is that I'm so behind with this. It's probably going to take way longer than I thought it was going to take to finish. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Not that I can think of. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else to add. There's like no really big like interesting things happen. I mean, this isn't a big deal, but we ended up finding this Polish wedding dance instructors videos, and like but all their tutorials are in Polish, so like it's just fun watching this couple dance. It was like the most interesting thing that we did today. We watched them dance to um, Waltz of the Flowers, and oh, what was the first one we watched? Because the first one we watched was relevant to what other things I was seeing. I can't remember what it was anymore. But we also watched them dance to a tango and whatnot. It was amazing. I really liked it. I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday. I don't really think I should go back to Saturday because like the only thing that happened after I recorded audio was that I got ready for bed, she took her medication at like 2:30, and then we went to bed. I slept up until around like 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't end up checking the time and getting out of bed until it was like sometime around 4. By the time I actually started work on the pages, it was like 4:30ish, I believe. I ended up completing page 8's coloring sometime around like 6:20, but I got sidetracked looking at doll shit. It makes me so mad. All of the new tan skins that Lutz was offering during Christmas, all of them are gone now. I was hoping that they were permanent, but I guess they weren't. So Monica got out of bed at 6:40, and then by that point I had the last page's artwork completed at 6:41ish. I played music for her as she made breakfast, and I switched over to assembling pages 9 through 12. I didn't get very far because like we ate and we watched the next episode of Dress Up Doll. I can't believe he completed her outfit in less than like 2 weeks. And he had all this shit he had to do. He had to do school, and he had to work, focus on taking care of his grandfather. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so stressful. The only way for a person to actually like conquer those 3 things is to just manage their time. And he's a teenage boy, and I don't think that he did. He just managed to get it done. And she ended up crying because she didn't tell him that she didn't really need it in 2 weeks. We ended up talking about possibly going for a walk. And we got off at sometime around like 7:30. So we walked to CVS just to look around, and we also looked at Vaughn's too. They didn't really have much new, not really. I did find a couple of pennies and a dime while we were out there. We ended up getting back around 9:30. On the way home, we ended up hitting the community center because Monica had to use the restroom, and like they're changing out the display for all of these magnificent like rock stone jewelry art. It's like this person had everything from like just like all these different types of like jewelries to like stone sculptures. They made a sculpture of a dinosaur. It was so amazing, and it was perfectly mounted to this beautiful like slab, and like oh my god, it was I can't even, it was just like amazing. So yeah, it gave me so much inspiration because like they showed that they have other ways of displaying things in the actual display units than just the typical paintings like mounted to the boards. They actually have these units that actually hold up shelving units for the inside of the display, and like it gave me so much inspiration. I hope someday I can like put something there, like dolls or something. I really hope I can like show off my own art someday, and I really want it to be dolls. I really want it to be dolls. I don't know. I hope I'm not asking for too much. Okay, so yeah, we went back to work on the pages. Actually, well, first we ate chicken. We watched the first like 20 minutes of the new Arceus game, or Arceus. How do you pronounce it? I feel like it makes sense to pronounce it Arceus, but like I guess most people are pronouncing it Arceus. Yeah,
we were both really disappointed with it because, like, in order to maintain the whole, like, oh, you don't know what you're doing, and we have to explain all common things to you, even though that everybody knows everything about Pokemon these days. They warped you from the future into the past, which made me feel like, what? Oh god, I can't even. It's so weird. We didn't like it, so we gave up on it, like, really early into the Let's Play. So, I passed her pages 9 and 10 to color, and I finished and loaded pages 7 and 8 to Tumblr with text at like 11:22. I also, condensed, the first four, or the first 4 pages of the chapter into one file, because, like, this is going to be a really, really, really long chapter, and, like, and Tumblr can only hold 10 pages at a time. So I ended up making 4 pages into one file, and I need 1 more page complete before I could do the next 4 pages. I need the next page ready, and, like, it isn't. She's still coloring it in. I told her not to push herself too hard because, like, I really need time to finish that last extra, and I think I'm gonna be able to work on it tomorrow a little bit. But I need to print out the next 4 pages, so I can line art those also, so that has to happen too, but I just don't know when or how to manage my time to do that. I feel like I should do that before we go to bed, because it's like 2 o'clock right now, I think. So yeah, I pushed her to take a break at like 11:30. She took a break at 12. She made salad, and I crushed the bottles. We ate, and we tried the new variety of Lindt truffles that we got. She didn't like this one double chocolate one they had. It had this like disgusting syrupy flavor to it, so I ended up eating them myself. So she likes everything else though, and there was just plain red ones in there, which kind of disappointed me. I mean, like, there's already plain red ones in the other bag of them, so I feel like we need to split these somehow, so that way she's not getting all of them. So I figure we're probably gonna split the red ones. I don't know. I have to talk to her about it. She made tea. We read the rest of that Honeybeast chapter that she didn't finish. She basically told her partner everything that's wrong with her family's thing, and she was trying to keep it a secret. And the girl knows, but she didn't really have a chance to react to it. She seemed kind of upset that she was going away. Other than that, the guy ended up training them with the bearding thing. So I'm like, I really want to know what that girl's opinion is, because she needs the money, but the other girl needs the money too. And I figured the money is going to have to be split between the 2 families, and I don't know how that's going to work out, because, like, the other girl's family is not making their crops work for the future. And, like, I really don't know how they're going to fix this, because, like, the whole issue is that the 2 of them have to share the prize money, because she didn't want to back out, even though she tried to back out. So I'm like, how are they gonna split this? I just don't understand this part. So yeah, Monica also read her fanfic, and while she was reading, I ended up finishing another like 2 to 3 pages worth of drafts for the chapter. I'm like, I hate looking at the future drafts, all these sketches, the first storyboard sketches I did. There's just way too many pages, and it's making me feel like I'm losing motivation to do it. We just need to take a few breaks from it so I can like refresh myself, but I need to get that last extra done, and then I can move on to the next thing. And I feel like I would feel less stressed out by the pages once I get the extras done for the volume. So yeah, so sometime around like 2, she wanted to go for a walk, so we decided to go check the Chinese restaurant and get food early. We're gonna hopefully eat it tomorrow. We also got 2 bottles of water because we were right there at the grocery store. That helped us out a little bit because we're running out of water. And then we got back at 2:47. She was malfunctioned the moment we arrived at the location. She managed to power through it, but she's still having trouble. She's still talking to the other character that always comes out whenever she's having eye problems. So, she's sorting out the Chinese food we got. I don't know what else she wants to do today, because she says she wanted to go back on. I want to go back on, so I'm hoping we can do that. But it's getting closer to the time that we usually like go to sleep. We go to sleep between like 3 and 4. Mostly 4 though. So, like, I need to ask her what she wants to do, if she can, like, communicate with me, because, like, that character tends to dominate most of, like her personality for, like, the last of the day. we'll have to see. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Monday, but I have to go back to Sunday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I went back on the computer. I scanned the pages that I was working on, and then I went to print out the next set of drafts. Monica tried to work, but she was still talking to herself. I had 3 pages printed by 3:51. I got off at 4 and got ready for bed. Monica joined me, but like, she couldn't remember if she had taken her medication. I wasn't paying attention either. I just assumed that she did. She ended up taking it anyway. It actually made me very nervous. But she's fine, so I guess that she was right. She hadn't taken it yet. We got in bed. I had trouble falling asleep. I kept thinking about Hetalia. I mean, like, oh god. I really didn't want to be thinking about that, yet somehow I managed to go to sleep. I ended up waking up sometime between 1 and 2. Monica and I were both awake at sometime around 3. So we decided to eat our Chinese food. I was ready to go back on the computer. She was going to get back in bed, but because I was going to go back on, she ended up joining me, and that was about like 4:20. So I continued work on typing out something for the first section for chapter 149. I got a little sidetracked fixing flaws that I found in chapter 149, and I also browsed Twitter a little bit. But like, I was really struggling to make the text relate, and like, I wonder if it was just because I don't want to say I was a little burnt out, but yeah, I woke up way too early, and I wasn't like mentally prepared for it, and I don't know. I don't really know why it was so difficult. Maybe it was just like I was having a really hard time making everything just like work. And then Monica disappointed me by handing me back the pages at 5:53, so I had to go straight to work on that. She got off at like 6:19 and went back to the bedroom. I colored until 7. I was super tired. So she ended up reading to me what she wrote for her fanfic, and then we took a shower. We made plans to hit Fullerton. I was super ready to go, but I know most of the stores in Fullerton they're not really active until sometime around 9. So yeah. Before we left, I tried to dump off the rent check, but the office wasn't open. They opened right as we were leaving. So the first place we went to when we hit Fullerton was Walmart. We went straight to the toy section, and oh my fucking god, they had the doll I was looking for. They have a ginormous collection of her, and like, it just broke me, because I'm like, I've been looking for this doll at all the Targets, and like, she's at the Walmart over there, and like, oh, it makes me so angry. You have no idea how angry this makes me, because like, we wasted an entire bus. We could have just gone to the fucking Walmart, and we never ended up thinking to go there. I'm so angry. So like, there's a ton of her. We're gonna go back tomorrow and get her, because that's when money comes in. I do not have enough money to get her. The price got jacked up, so she's like $25 now instead of just 20 at the Target. Those dolls were about $20, which is annoying because their packaging has been reduced. So you think that would have reduced the price, but it didn't. So yeah. Other than that, afterward, we also looked at the pens, we looked at the books, we looked at the craft stuff. We found some fabric that we want to get. I hope I can remember to get it. I was thinking if I'm going to forget about it later. And we also found some slippers Monica wanted. I don't know if she had found any shoes that she wanted. I found a pair of really cute shoes that didn't come in any of our sizes. It made me so angry. Then we look at the food for a little bit. So she wants to get the turkey there tomorrow. I think they had a decent selection of it, so I think we're gonna be well stocked. We only have like 3 units of it left, and by tomorrow we'll only have 2, because we're gonna eat some of it tomorrow. So yeah. After that, we ended up hitting Marshall's and looking around Marshall's for a little bit. There wasn't really much in Marshall's that was like, worth seeing, honestly. So we got home at 10:36 because she was tired, even though that there was other things we could have seen, but I didn't want to push her. I really didn't want to. So she managed to get home without malfunctioning, thank God. We got home sometime around 10:36. Monica went down to give them the rent check, and I resumed coloring pages 9 and 10. She was supposed to make turkey and macaroni together. The problem is that she forgot about the pan after she turned it on and then went to go change clothes, and the fire alarm went off. So I took a while to get it to turn off. I had to turn on every single fan in the house and open up the windows, and that kind of solved the problem. It took like a couple of minutes to make it happen though. It's just that the pan wasn't clean, and so what was burning was little fragments of, just little tiny fragments of stuff that was still stuck to the pan. So yeah, I didn't even notice it when I look at the pan, but she noticed it once it was burnt. So yeah. So I did a smidge of coloring while Monica made turkey. We ate at 11. We tried to watch Princess Connect, but we just didn't care about the plot. The talent on the animation side was like amazing, and it made me so mad that they did such a wonderful job animating this, but the storyline was just so uninteresting. I mean, I kind of want to go back just to watch it again, but I also felt like I just didn't care throughout the entire time. It makes me so mad because that was cool, but it also kind of sucked at the same time. It's like the storyline is it's so uninteresting, but like the animation was so cool. I hate that. It ended with Pekorin getting summoned back to what's her name? The bad guy, who I think the bad guy is pretending to be her. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't even know what to make of that. It makes me upset. Like, Pecorine has this issue. She can't really solve the issue. And all she does every day is just search for food and make food every day. And like, it's sad that that's her priorities when she can't get her kingdom back from this woman. I'm like, I don't know. So yeah. Alright, so, Jess ended up sending me a text message about the, time management program they're having today. Monica told me a couple of days ago she was actually really excited about doing that, so I reminded her of it. So we split up sometime around like 12:23, and she did fuck all until 1 o'clock. So she's doing that Zoom meeting right now, that time management program they're having. Jess said that she was gonna get like a goodies bag or something. I figure it's just gonna be a bunch of like stuff with the actual like host's name on it, like pens or whatever. I don't know, we'll have to see. Other than that, I ended up finishing the art for page 9 at 1 p.m. and I added text to it and loaded to Tumblr. So after that I got tired and I got off at like 1:20. So yeah, I'm so tired, it's not even funny. Oh my god. Page 10 isn't ready yet. It's like halfway done. I have to actually do the individual, like the coloring for the character's clothing. That's where I left off, but I just got so much farther in page 9, which is funny because page 9 was the more complicated of the two pages. I also need to assemble pages 11 and 12 for her because I haven't done that yet. We are not working tomorrow, so even if I assemble pages 11 and 12 for her, she's not going to get it until Wednesday. I don't want that to be the time in which I actually finish the extra. I'm hoping, I doubt it, but I'm hoping I might get a chance to work on the extra tomorrow. As for the second page, I haven't finished. I'm hoping to do that later today, but like I don't know if I have the energy. Maybe tonight if I can't sleep. I don't know. All I know is that I don't expect to be doing anything. We already put on my calendar we weren't gonna do anything tomorrow, as in for the actual series. We're gonna be mostly catching up with all of our chores. So yeah. Mostly we're just gonna go back to Fullerton. I don't expect to see everything that we want there. I mean, like, I want to go to Michael's and see if they have that like cardstock set that I wanted. I don't expect it to be there, but I think it would be cool if it is, because like I really wanted to add it to the next journal I want to fill out. And I don't really know at what point I'm going to be actually in that journal. I sort of started this other journal. I haven't gotten very far into it, mostly because I don't really know how many pages per day I really want to do. I kind of want to blast through it, but I don't really know. A part of me feels like maybe I should just go into the other journal I want to be in, but it would be nice to get through this one basic looking journal. So it's like the companion journal to the other spring journal that I have. Only it's for the beginning of autumn. I don't know. Maybe I should use a different journal. I just feel so torn on whether or not I actually really want to use that specific journal I just picked out. Because I can save it for like next year. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't really done anything. I haven't actually added anything with actual pen. I haven't committed yet. I need to do it soon because like once I get out of this journal, I only have that spring journal and then the summer journal, which covers like a whole fucking like 4 months. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I really don't know. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? So yeah, I guess that's virtually it. Tomorrow money comes in, we're just gonna pick up some things. I'm gonna finally get that doll I've been looking for. I'm so mad about the packaging. Like, she doesn't have the plastic cover. That means anybody can come up to the product and fuck it up. And that makes me feel so uncomfortable. I'm glad I've been saving all of my change though, so that means that like when I get her, I'll have some cushion for it. So, I mean, it's only gonna take out like a bit of the taxes from the final purchase, but like, it makes me happy. I'm gonna get some off. So, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one.